Let's start.
Toastmaster Imran, can you unmute yourself, please?
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, Toastmaster and dear guests. I warmly welcome you all to the pre-charter meeting, session number 36 of Chalk and Duster Toastmaster Club. This is Imran, being the Sergeant and Arms. It's my pleasure to be the first speaker of today's club meeting. Let me reiterate that the mission of a Toastmaster Club is to provide positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we begin, please set your mobile phone on silent mode so that it will not distract you during the prepared speech or masterclass session. Please avoid crosstalk during the meeting. Request you all to avoid talking about three things: sex, religion, and politics. Now, I would like to call on a stage our presiding officer of the day, who is officially an associate consultant of TCS. Is a dynamic personality who is always ready to help each and everyone, who is super dedicated to promote our club, to make our club chartered. Yes, I am so excited because we are about to charter within a few days. So with a big round of applause, I welcome you, Mr. Rajpura. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Sergeant Arms Imran, for your kind words. I would like to appreciate on behalf of everyone for your great kindness, Toastmaster Imran. Greetings, everyone. I am Rajpura, your presiding officer for today's meeting. I welcome you all in meeting number 36 of pre-charter meeting number 36 of incoming Chalk and Duster Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster International has purpose to help every individual to be better leader and better communicator. And Toastmaster International provides to all members a promise which we everyone should be follow. What are those promises? Let's see. To attend the club meetings regularly, to prepare all of projects to the best of the ability, basing them on the Toastmasters educational program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful and constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve the club as a club officer when called upon to do so, to treat the fellow club members and guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so that they can see and benefit Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all the Toastmasters education and recognition program, to act within the Toastmasters core values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence during all conduct of the Toastmasters activities. I hope everyone will follow that. Thank you so much. With this, I would like to have some guest introduction who are joining our club meeting. So I can see Srikant, who have been to with our club earlier also. but still we can have Srikanth to have few words for today meeting. Toastmaster Srikanth. Hello, Srikanth. Okay, let's move forward and let me invite one mindset coach who is very well known among us and who is an IT consultant. With huge round of applause, let's welcome Master of Ceremony for today's meeting, Toastmaster Pradeep Sethi. Toastmaster Pradeep, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raj, for this great and warm welcome. And today I would request all our guests, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, to be, just have your eyes glued to the two speakers. One is the prepared speaker, and the second is the masterclass by one of our legends. So today, let's go ahead and go through this program, and I hope you'll have a great journey. You can make a note of any things if you want to give us a feedback. In between, we'll be having feedback forms for the prepared speaker, for the masterclass, for the various roles, and also for the evaluators. So let's go ahead with the next role. So first, I would like to invite myself as a timer. So as a timer, greetings, Mr. and Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topics, speaker, the formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and the red display on the background, which will denote the speaker time remaining. So the first is the table topic speaker. That would be for 1 to 2 minutes. So at the end of 1 minute, green display, and end of 1.5 minutes, it will be a yellow display. At the end of 2 minutes, a red display. For the prepared speaker, it will be 4 to 6 minutes. So at the end of 4 minutes, it will be a green display. End of 5 minutes, a yellow display. At the end of 6 minutes, a red display. For masterclass speaker, 20 to 30 minutes. So at the end of 20 minutes, there will be a green display. At the end of 25 minutes, a yellow display. At the end of 30 minutes, a red display. For the prepared speak evaluator, it will be 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, a green display. End of 2.5 minutes, a yellow display. At the end of 3 minutes, a red display. And lastly, the masterclass evaluator, 3 to 5 minutes. At the end of 3 minutes, it will be a green display. End of 4 minutes, a yellow display. At the end of 5 minutes, a red display. Thank you, Mr. and Madam Toastmaster. Thank you. So next, as a master of ceremony, I would like to call upon our next speaker for the day. That is, he would be a grammarian. And I would just like to tell a few words about him. Just a moment. So my battery is going low. So the speaker, the grammarian for today is Mr. Sogat. He's our Vice President membership for Chalk and Duster Toastmasters Club, a good friend of all of us, a great designer. All the posters, what you can see, he's the one who designs it. So we love him for that. And he's from the Hadapsar, that is one of the IT based in Pune, India. And his tagline is, he's a learner for life with a mission to spread his knowledge to millions of youngsters so that they can live a financially free life. Over to you, Toastmaster Sogat. Thank you.
Thank you, Master of the Ceremony, for that wonderful introduction. And let me correct you when you said that your battery is going down. No, the laptop's battery might be going down. You are as energetic as
yes. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, great. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, today I am playing the role of a grammarian. And as a grammarian, my job is to maintain the hygiene of the use of language during the entire meeting. By language, it's mostly obviously English, and I'll be noting down all the incorrect usages of the words, maybe pronunciations. But as a human being, I'm not that bad either. So I'll be also highlighting the great usage of sentences, words, or maybe phrases. And with this, let me introduce to you the word of the day. That is a specialty. I, as a person, do not believe in very complex words, which if I say, the other person, the listener, may not understand, and he might not be having any clue about that. That's right. So we will go with a simpler one. I hope. One moment. I hope you can see my screen. Raise a thumbs up. Yeah, great. Let me allow you to guess the word of the day. Can anybody guess what could be the word of the day? Just unmute yourself. I'm sorry, that was technology. So this was a mishap. I just clicked it. Anyways, the word of the day is timeless. Yes, timeless. Simple definition, something which is not restricted to time. Something which is timeless in every time, maybe eternal as a synonym. This is an adjective. For example, talking about romantic movies, Titanic is a timeless classic. Or you can go anywhere in the world and learn public speaking, but the way Toastmaster does it is timeless, right? All right. So this is your word, timeless, okay? Remember this, and you may use it during your speeches, when you're speaking, okay? But we have something special. We have, like always, we have a phrase of the day. So phrase of the day, you may use it in your sentences. And what is the phrase of your day? Make the rounds, okay? Make the rounds. That means something which is famous, which is widely known, something which can be, which is already passed from person to person, like it is on the news, right? For example, hey, have you heard about that study which says that a human being can live for 150 years? Yeah, I have heard about it. It's making the rounds in the news. Understood? Making the rounds. So the word of the day, timeless, and phrase of the day, make the rounds. I encourage everyone to use it in their sentences, and at the end of the meeting, I will present my report. All the best, everyone, and over to you, Master of the Ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sogat, for the word of the day and the phrase of the day. So I request all the participants, Toastmasters, guests, everybody to use this. So, and also use a correct phrase, because he'll be continuously monitoring all of us. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with the next agenda. What we have here is for the prepared speaker. The prepared speaker is, she's a mindset analyst coach and a purpose coach from Delhi, also a child psychologist. She's a teacher by profession and a trainer by passion. She works with young minds, that is, who are in 11th and 12th grade kids. She has 12 years of experience in teaching and administration. She believes in self-development, and her aim is to impact millions of lives by helping them discover their purpose for life. So let me go ahead and welcome the prepared speaker for the day, Toastmaster Sunita Chaudhary, and the topic is mental clarity in 15 minutes. Mental clarity in 15 minutes. Toastmaster Sunita Chaudhary. It's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pradeep, for this lovely introduction. And good evening to all dear Toastmasters and dear guests. How many of you know that what is mental clarity? Please raise your hands. Great. Many of you. Mental clarity is a state of mind in which you are more focused, your perception is clear, you are able to recognize, understand, and organize your thoughts. it also allows you to see life more clearly and prioritize what's really important to you. So today, I'm going to share a very simple exercise that I use to achieve my mental clarity quickly. This is a great way, number one, to clear your head, especially when you're feeling cluttered. Calm yourself down if you are feeling restless. Feel up that mental energy if you're feeling tired. So let's first understand how it works. We all know that every computer has RAM, which is random access memory, a form of data storage. The more application you run, the more RAM it uses and slower your computer gets, isn't it? So like the computer, our brain has its RAM and is used for all kinds of brain work, from thinking to recalling past events to analyzing data and so on. The more free RAM you have, the more you can use for your task at hand. However, not all of our RAM is available for use all the time, because half of it is usually occupied by mental clutter. What is mental clutter? Or the thoughts running in the background, like a task we need to do next, or a problem we are currently facing, or some kind of music we have heard. Eventually, our mind becomes so full of that clutter and we have no more mental RAM left. This is when we get irritated and find it hard to focus. And the more your mental clutter, the lower your mental clarity. So what do we do then? One is meditation. Meditation helps us to clear our mental clutter. However, most of the people, they don't meditate, or maybe you're not able to meditate whenever you want. So what is the other option? There is an exercise known as brain dumping, which means that you dump out the content of your mind through writing. So here's what you do. You pick up a medium, like you can use a pen or a paper or a word processor, whatever is convenient to you. What you do is you write or type whatever, when I say whatever, means whatever. Like, for example, if you are looking at a paper and thinking, wow, this looks so white, then write that. If you don't know what to write, then just write, I don't know what to write. So basically you have to write whatever thoughts are coming in your mind. You have to dump out whatever is there in your mind. There is no need to overthink. It's about pouring out what is in your head. And just do this exercise for 15 minutes or however long it takes for your thoughts to clear up. 10 minutes is usually enough for me. Maybe I can take an hour when I feel really weighed down. With this brain dumping, your writing speed determines how fast your mind gets cleared. If you type fast, you can process a lot of clutter really quickly. Also, it will be good if you review what you write after this exercise. Usually you will notice your thoughts jumping all over the place. One moment you may be thinking about your breakfast, the next you may be thinking about your meetings or the vacations coming. So these thoughts have always been on your mind, but this exercise merely have brought them out. The longer you brain dump, the more clutter you can clear. Of course, it does not mean that you stop thinking about. Maybe you have 50 thoughts and the exercise only removed 5 of these, but that's okay. You need to brain dump regularly to maintain a high level of mental clarity. Just like we shower, we eat, we sleep daily, we need to brain dump frequently as part of our personal hygiene or personal cleansing. Do this often and you will feel a greater calmness in your life. This will also give you a timeless experience. And by the way, this technique is already making rounds. Thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you very much for this great speech. And when you said about the brain dumping, I did remember about Bruce Lee. So he had a method. He used to say, anything on your head, just put it on papers, burn it, flush it into the toilet, it's gone. So out of mind is out of sight. So it's gone. So thank you very much. It was a wonderful speech. Absolutely great. So let's take a minute's time right now. And I request Toastmaster Raj to, yeah, he has already posted the link. Thank you very much. And I request all the participants and guests to kindly give your valuable feedback for the prepared speaker. Maintain a minute's silence right now. Thank you. Okay, more 5 seconds. I request all to complete the survey. Okay, thank you all. Thank you very much for the feedback. So next topic is about the thing in the agenda is what we have is the table topic speech. So to conduct this table topic speech, we have a great personality here who is an author, memory and speed reading coach. He's a state president for the World Memory Sports Council, Madhya Pradesh, a state in India. He has trained more than 12,000 students for their memory enhancement and speed reading. And some of his students can memorize 200 plus articles of Indian Constitution. Just imagine. And he also has students who can remember the whole periodic table, which I couldn't in my science. And students can read up to 1,000 words per minute. That means to say they can finish 20,000 pages in 1 hour or less. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and welcome the table topic master for today. It's none other than table topic master, Toastmaster Chakradhar Dixit from Mumbai. It's all yours. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Emoshi, Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty. Thank you for your kind words. And I always say that journey has just begun. So 1,000 words per minute, or maybe 200 objects, or maybe the whole periodic table is just starting. Lot means still miles to go before I sleep. So talking about table topics, it's an impromptu speech section of your Toastmasters. And in Toastmasters, this is the most exciting section because people have in all 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes to speak their heart out on a particular topic. They all get they'll get 1 to 2 minutes to speak about it. They should speak minimum 1 minute and they should speak maximum 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. So that is what the whole format is. Timer plus Emoshi has already explained how much time on when we can show that card. So you all would have understood that. So without taking much time, now I'll start with the table topic section. And the theme is each tale has the timeless quality of fabric. So it is all about memory recall, what you were doing in that particular year. You all have to recall in a particular year what you are doing. Okay. So let me share my screen first. Hope my screen is visible to you all and hope I'm audible and visible clearly. Okay, thank you. So we all have 7 topics and hope I can cover in the allotted time. So I want some volunteers who can come up and start speaking about table topics, and the topic, as I told you, what is your one favorite memory of a particular year? So whichever number you're going to choose. So the secret or that page will open for you and you have to tell me one memory from that year. Who's coming first? You can type down your answer in the chat, type down your name in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. Now,
Srikanth is raising.
Mr. Srikanth?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. So, thank you, Mr. Srikanth. First of all, can I ask Sergeant at Arms to highlight or maybe put in spotlight, Mr. Srikanth on spotlight? Is that possible? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Srikanth, you have 7 options. Which one you want to choose?
I will go by number 5.
For number 5. Okay. Any reason why you're going for number 5? Is it your birthday?
No. It's 5 of us in our flat right now.
Okay. Great. Great. Sure.
My spouse, my 2 sons, and my mother.
Okay.
We are 5 at now.
Great. So it's a good number for you. Great. So here is in store for you. What you were doing in year 2003. You have to recall one great memory, favorite memory from 2003, and you have to tell us. Okay. So your over to you.
And it was when I was still a bachelor, sent to Central Railway Station. It was a normal working day when I had a call from my mother that she's coming over to the office to meet me. I didn't know what the reason was, but she told me that we are going to see some of our relatives who have come for a wedding and they're going back, and I want you to be with me to send them off. I said, fine. And there we were by around 6:30. We were at the Central Railway Station, and I was accompanying my mother to platform number 3. The train which was about to depart was called as Chennai-Mangalore Express, which goes up to Palakkad and beyond up to Mangalore in Kerala. So I walked with my mother. We walked into the platform, and I am approaching coach number S5, where the so-called relatives were going back after attending a meeting. I was having a conversation with them. My mother just tapped me and said, do you see a girl sitting across along with them in a yellow churidar? I said, yes, I've seen her. What is it? Well, just have a look and just give me your feedback after the train leaves. I told my mother, I like the girl. And believe me, this happened during the year 2003 March. And on 24th April the same year, I get married to the beautiful woman that I have seen on the train. I've been married for, and I've been living a very happy married life for the past 10 that never like met the love of my life and the mother of 2 she has given me. I can never forget for bringing that and giving me an opportunity to live that moment.
Thank you. It was great knowing that it was your opted for prepared speech. So anybody else? Otherwise, I'll go with Toastmaster Sumita. Yes, Kushma is there. Then
I can go. This is Shrivanti.
yeah. Okay, DTM Shrivanti, which number you want to choose? Which number you want to select? And Sa, can you put DTM Shrivanti on spotlight, please?
All right, I will go with lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. That is my birthday also, so great. So let's go with 7. Okay. So you have to tell us one memory from year 2017. And your time starts now. Yeah, over to you, Toastmasters. Detail.
Year 2017. That was the year when finally, after considering and reconsidering and putting off for several years, that I decided to go into management. So I had been weaned on data and analytics through my entire life. And for some of you who know, I have no background in data or in analytics or any part of IT. But when I came to this country about 28 some years ago, everyone was jumping on this bandwagon and IT was making its rounds. So what did I do? I jumped right on it. But it wasn't until 2017 that I decided that I have had enough experience. I was able to learn and give back enough in the data and analytics world. And I said, maybe I will try management. So that is when I decided to go into management. And sure enough, at my workplace, there is a next generation leadership program called Management Edge. So I wrote essays, I answered questions, I attended interviews just to get into this next generation leadership program. And I was selected, one among only 7 people in a company of 40,000 and more, to go into management for that 1 year. So we were trained. So 2017 was a red letter year in my career. And to say the least, I think the timelessness of that learning and the timelessness of my own journey in self-exploration started in 2017. So I had left data and analytics behind. I had focused more on self-reflection, on myself. What I want to do with myself. What is the people expect as I go and learn about operational excellence? So my friends, 2017, as I said, has given me cheers and successes. So that's my story about 2017. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you, DTM Shravanti, for sharing with us that memory. And you have come out of your limiting beliefs and you emerge as victorious in year 2017. Great to know that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Who's coming next? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 remaining now.
Sunita, as he had asked.
Let me try. I'll just try.
Please raise your hand. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Sir, can you please put yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which number you want to choose? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6.
Let me go with 3. Number 3.
So here you are. You have to tell us about one favorite memory from year 2005. Hope I'm not asking a very long back, because 2005 is almost 16 years back, 15, 16 years back. Okay. So can you please tell us about your favorite memory from year 2005? Over to you, I guess.
Okay. The year 2005. I was driving my car to my school as I had a very important invigilation duty. Suddenly, I saw a big crowd outside. I lowered the window of my car and peered outside. I was shocked by what I saw. I saw a young man in his late 20s probably, was lying in a pool of blood. I did not know what to do. I heard people saying, "Oh my God, somebody call the police. Did anybody ring up the ambulance?" But nobody came out to help him. Everybody continued. Probably everybody was very busy. Life is busy. Nobody has time for anybody else. I was also in a hurry. I almost started my car and wanted to be back to my school, when suddenly a voice deep inside me shook me to the core. I heard a voice saying, Geeta, do you remember 5 years back, somebody else was lying in the same pool of blood? Had an angel not picked him up and dropped him to the hospital, your life would have taken a complete U-turn. You can imagine what would be the condition of your life now. Yes, I remembered. It was my husband. And with my 2 little kids, I would have suffered a lot had somebody not helped him out. There and then, I decided, I came out of my car. I came out, I asked for help. And remember one thing, when you take one step, there are a number of helping hands to help coming forward to help you. The universe conspires to help you. I saw a number of people ready to help me. And somehow we went and we dropped that man to the nearby hospital. Later, I found that he survived. And I can look at myself in the mirror. I can even today tap myself on the back, because that day I had made a decision which made me proud of myself. And that's what we ought to do. Everybody, this is a message for everybody. Please do come forward and help whenever you can. And that is important in life. Thank you. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, guest Geeta, for sharing that memory and that emotional story with all of us. Definitely what we should do when we are driving or when we are on road. Definitely we should help somebody, or just by taking a small action, we can save lives also. Thank you very much. So we have one more, due to time constraint, we can take one more, maximum one more speech. So yes, Lancy D'Souza. So
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So you have option 1, 2, 4, and 6. Which one you want to choose?
Settle for numero 1. Number 1.
Number 1?
Yes.
So here is your option. Number 1, Y2K, that is year 2000.
Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if I have to say, I remember Y2K. It's about at the end of the century, I'll be probably fooling everybody. Let's forget about the memory. Every year or any year has got something in this. Let me explain to you a couple of years down the line, which I have a great memory on. I belong to a club called the Banter Gymkhana. It was a lazy Thursday afternoon. And we had Mrs. Rita, who is a doctor who helps out Parkinson's people. Disease. As you know, people who suffer from Parkinson's cannot coordinate their hands. Now, there were 73 Parkinson's people, and they had their own caretakers. Now, we were about 16 of us in that club there that had volunteered to help them out. Now, watch out the scenario, ladies and gentlemen. They assemble in there in a huge court. Have in there 73 people with their caretakers. Mrs. Rita, we call her the doctor, she plays music and she's got her own attendants. We slide in and help out these people dancing. I had Mrs. Singh, I think she was like around 86, 87, absolutely ethereal, still beautiful in her old age. And as I glided out into her hands and we started dancing, now this is the thing, once dancing, they forget that they are incapacitated. That helps them in that little moments of time that they are existing, not living. It's existing as a particular person and they forget. And as we danced in there, she said, you know, you're a good dancer. I complimented and I said, Mrs. Singh, you're regal and you're also a great dancer. We smiled. We had a great time as we get onto the floor in them. And it's amazing that there is a message that comes out from all this. After 2 hours, we had finished off and we had changed partners, etc. And we sat down back in there. The one thing that Dr. Rita said, she says, you know, you guys have helped out these people. Not for anything. It was the joy of giving. Given a chance, maybe Y2K, maybe any year, maybe even 2022 or 21, name it any year. But if you are blessed and you're given a chance to contribute and help somebody, the joy of giving, Forget the living part of it. Let them have their existence. Over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Lancy D'Souza, for sharing that valuable information and that volunteer thing which you have did. You have given one idea to CND also, Chalk and Dusters, Toastmaster, that we also can volunteer at any such event. Great. Now, this is the end of our table topic section, and I'll hand it over to MOC of the day, that is Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty. Over to you, Toastmaster Pradeep Shetty.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chakradhar Dikshit, for conducting such a great program. And I too was wondering when it was coming to 2000 and 2005, what to say or the memories. So as a memory coach, you've taken everybody's test over here. So next time we'll see that we'll try to remember some good events, most important events in the future. Thank you. Let's go ahead with the next agenda, which we have the masterclass for today. And before I invite the masterclass speaker for today, I would like to invite the masterclass evaluator, who is DTM Shravanti. So DTM Shravanti, she's a resident of Cleveland, Ohio, USA, and she's a Toastmaster since 2013 to practice speaking and purposefully and succinctly, but stayed for the enormous value and incredible friendships it continues to add to her life. She's a member of 6 clubs, and Shravanti has served as a club officer role, except a treasurer, and as an area director, division director, program quality director, and a district director. A club sponsor, mentor, coach, youth leadership program coordinator, and pathway guide. She recently received her 3rd DTM, 2nd in pathways, and an incurable optimist. She revels in all things Toastmasters and believes in its unlimited potential to alter our perception of ourselves and the ever-evolving world around us. And she has profound clarity, confidence, and connection with Toastmasters. Over to you, DTM Shravanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Each objective.
Absolutely. Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep. Greetings, everyone, wherever you are. I hope you are having a wonderful time. And thank you for those kind words. It is my honor to evaluate the masterclass by Toastmaster Pitambaran. Toastmaster Pitambaran is engaging us in his professional speech. So when he and I talked the other day, we said, where can my speech fit? And I said, perhaps speaking professionally. And he said, I am going to speak a little longer than that. Do you think it will? I said, absolutely. You are coming in as a professional and you have the title of your speech that an idea can change your speech. What a wonderful way to engage all of us and to come across as a speaker who is confident, who is legible, who is clear in what he brings to the table, and who is coming in front of us as a professional who will change our minds with an idea that can change our speeches. The purpose of this particular project is for a member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech, a speech that is longer than 4 to 6 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes that we are typically used to in a Toastmaster setting. The notes for me, it says, is that the member is completing this particular project and he's been building skills that are necessary to engage an audience for an extended period of time. A little bit about the speech would be that he will engage the audience, deliver somewhat of a keynote speech. It may be, the style may be humorous, informational, or anything that the member chooses, and it should demonstrate excellent presentation and delivering compelling content. So ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to invite Toastmaster Pitambaran to not only report on the content of how to speak professionally, but with an idea that can change your speech. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Pitambaran.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Toastmaster Pitambaran Nair. Before you go ahead with your masterclass today, I would like to give a brief introduction of Mr. Toastmaster Pitambaran Nair. An Indian naval veteran with marine engineering background, Currently, he's in the profession of supply chain management. Joined the Toastmasters in February 2020. Currently, he's the president of the Falcon Toastmasters Club in Bahrain. He's serving in various XCOM roles in the other 4 Toastmaster international clubs. He's serving as a club coach and a Gable Club coordinator as a counselor. He has contested at the divisional levels in international evaluation, table topic, and humorous speech contest. His one tagline, which I love listening, is a passionate Toastmaster who takes every opportunity to learn new things. So let me go ahead and welcome Toastmaster Pitambaran Nair. An idea can change your speech. An idea can change your speech, Toastmaster Pitambaran Nair. It's all yours, sir. Thank you.
Greetings, Chalk and Dusters Toastmasters Club. How are you all today? Great. Nice to be in front of you today, giving my second masterclass in this yet to be chapter, but on the verge of chartering Toastmaster Club. I'm so happy and privileged to be here in front of you to give some tips which I learned in my 2 years of Toastmaster journey. So, as the title goes, an idea can change your speech. Of course, not only yours, even mine too. When you see this lecture, or even a broader stage, what comes up in your mind? I wish to be the giving a great speech. Am I right? This is the first thing hit your mind. Am I audible clearly? There's a message I got. Thank you. So once you decided you are going to be there on that stage, giving a great speech, what all we need to do for that? And that is what I am trying to give you today in a timeless way, which Toastmasters teaches us all. Before we go to the speech part, what we need to understand is that who is your audience? Why I am giving this speech? What is the purpose behind the speech? What is the demographic of the audience? There are a lot of things comes up, right? So we give the speeches normally for either motivating someone or inspiring someone, to educate someone, or to entertaining speeches, which include all these 3 parts which I said. It's fantabulous. So how and when we can go to that level of public speaking? For that, you need to have clarity in your mind that what you need to speak. You need to be passionate that what I am going to deliver. What is the message I am going to deliver? If you don't believe in your words, in your messages, do you think the audience will believe into that? No, no way. So for doing that, what I realized is that we need to move 6 steps to reach to that great stage one day. And that are topic selection, creating your speech outline, write your speech, add life to your speech, practice it, and do a self-criticism. When we say about topic selection, as I said in the beginning, we need to understand who are your audience. Of course, if it is a Toastmasters club, you know the audience, who all are there around with you. But if in a broader stage, you don't know who your audience are. You need to understand what is the culture of your audience. You need to understand the demography of your audience. You need to understand what is a topic that will at least engage them for a time given for you. And what is the time you can get allocated for that particular speech. If you know all these 4 or 5 aspects, I'm sure that you are in the right time to select a topic for your speech. For topic, while you're selecting a topic, there are 3 things which you need to remember always. One is that topics you know, which you need to learn, which you may be knowing it, but you need to increase your knowledge. Is that enough? No. What is the topic which you love to speak? With passion, with energy, which transforms others. But if these 2 only are there, my audience might not be interested in your speech. What they are going to get from your speech is more important than your knowledge or your love towards that subject. So we need to find a common ground where we can fulfill the audience requirement, your passion towards the topic, and your knowledge, which you need to exhibit. I believe that you all have identified these things, what I said so far. So if so, let's just try to move to the next level. The second step towards successful preparation of the speech is creating an outline. Believe me, every word you utter, every gesture you show, every breath you take, every exhale you do should contain the core message of your speech. And if you are able to do that, the audience in your hand. They will make rounds in the town saying that, yes, there is a speaker whom we should listen. To do that, what we need? We need to, if you cannot build a building in one go, you need to have space, right? You need to have a foundation. You need to get the blocks ready. From there only you can build your mansion or mansion of your dream. For that, you need to have a structural way of things. So when you create a speech outline, what you have to do is the structural elements need to put in place. The structural elements are an attention-grabbing opening. It could be a quote, it could be a gesture, it could be something which makes people glue into the screen and wait for your next word. If you can't do it, so wait a little. Audience not going to wait for you. They will fall into sleep. So if your opening is strong, credible, people are listening to the next stage. That is your body. The body of the speech consists of mainly some main points, supporting elements, supporting points, substantiating your main point. Here is a place where you can add your personal anecdotes, your personal stories. Believe me, stories are the thing what everyone loves to listen. If you are able to connect your core message from the opening onwards through the body with your personal anecdotes and stories, count me on that. The audience will be there with you throughout the time you finish. When it comes to the conclusion part of it, it is summing up of what you said. The key points need to reiterate so that the audience will remember, because they were swimming with you in that subject. They were with you throughout. So So they can go back, whereas you can go back and you can remind them, this is what I said, so that you can have a great conclusion. So if we do that, how we will do it? There should be some logic behind doing all these things, right? And that logical elements give importance when you create your speech outline. It has to be in a chronological way. It has to be like past, present, future. Child become an adult or a young teenager, then become an adult, a father, grandfather. That sequence we need to follow. So when you do this, apply this logical element, tell in the very beginning that what you are going to say in the opening statement. With a gesture, it may be evident that you are going to say something. I don't remember how many of you have seen that distinguished Toastmaster Kartani pulling out a cigarette and trying to lit on the stage. Because it is not expected. What this is, what he is going to do in a world championship stage. And from there, we send a message that he is going to give a powerful speech on power of words. That is the impact of opening. So when you put this logic, tell them what you are going to say. In the body part, the logic is tell them whatever you are feeling on the subject, whatever your topic, explain to them in the right spirit and way. And in the conclusion part, the logic is repeat it, whatever you have said to them. So we covered 2 steps towards that iconic 6th one. What's the 3rd one? You can go and deliver a speech, right? How many of you think that you can do it? You are a good speaker. Come on, you can do it, right? But I think it is not the right time. You need to write down your speech so that you can work on, you can put across whatever you're thinking. Because you made only an outline. You selected a topic. You have an outline. Make a draft of your speech. How you can do it? That is, if you are good in writing, you can write entire sentences from 1 till it ends. But someone like me, no, not good, not that much good, unless I put that much of effort. So for me, it is better to pick some bullet points, start with that. Whatever comes in your head, put it across. No need to think about the sequence. Oh, this happened last year, this happened. Oh, no. Put it across because it is there in your mind. Word it, jot it down. Here you don't care about the transitions from your story, from how you will be moving from one to another. No, don't care about how lengthy your draft is. Don't care about the words you use. The only thing, don't go into that much details so that you get confused, because here again, your core area is your message. What you wish to give to the audience. At the end of the day, what they want to listen from you. And do it within a specified time. Because if the moment you start moving it, okay, I will do it half part today, then tomorrow, then remaining on another day, believe me, it is not going to work. Put it in one go so that your draft is ready. So are we done with the 3rd step? Yes. Those who say yes, I will say no. Because until and unless you do something else, your speech is yet to be ready. So you need to edit it, right? You need to cut something, you need to add something, you need to think before you add it. You need to make some changes, put the thing again back and forth, sequence it. When you do it in a macro level first, You have to think about a paragraph, a section of your story. Then, of course, about your story, how you want to narrate that part. Again, about the transition part, you will take care when you edit your speeches. But is that enough? No. It's a time-taking process. Because once you did this thing, again, you need to go with a magnifying glass into your speech to find the wrong words, the wrong sentences, the wrong phrases what you use, so that it can add value to your speech. You can add here at this time, you can add the power of, like, power of three, like distinguished Toastmaster Shravanti's introduction, like clarity, confidence, and connection. Some sort of rhetoric devices, some sort of metaphors you can add while editing your speech, because it adds value, it beautifies your speech. So this is the two things which I said, macro level and the micro level editing. So we are good to go for a speech, right? Let us jump into the next screen saying, no, why you want to do this editing? As I said, the focus is always on the message. So the core value of your message is not lost. So you need to do editing. You need to bring more clarity in what you want to say, how you want to say. Editing is must. You have to make it much better, like in a conversation, to make more continuity. Because you will start saying something and you want your audience to travel with you in your story. So continuity needs to be maintained. And next part is the most beautiful part I like when I start preparing my speech. That is a variety. As I said, you are giving light to your audience to walk with you. They are following your story completely. They are at the tip of the seat, at the edge of the seat. Suddenly you take a twist. All of a sudden, oh, what happened? That twist, that moment makes your speech different. Because we know when we start reading something, oh, okay, work is taking us. But a sudden turn in that will change the course of your speech and as a speaker. So edit for variety. Now edit your speeches for impact and beauty. Using the right word, right way of expression, right phrases will add not only beauty to your speech, but it will add impact to your speech and value. People would love to listen to you more frequently. So two things I want to tell here, that is, don't fall in love with your words or feeling when writing a speech. Because you want to cut some of them. You have to cut some of them. So edit mercilessly. Be cruel to your speech while editing, so that you can come out with real nectar, with a real gem of a speech which you can give that your audience will remember throughout their life. So we have selected a topic, we created an outline, we write a speech and we edited it. Fantastic. Can we go and deliver the speech? I am ready. Are you with me? Ladies and gentlemen, did you put your heart and soul into the speech? You gave your mind, you gave your thought into your speech, but your heart, your blood, your sweat, your soul is missing in the speech. How we can add that? Are you interested to know about it? So that is the fourth step in which you need to think about your vocal variety, gestures, and the stage presence, the usage of stage. When it comes to the vocal variety, why vocal variety? Because your story is having a lot of various situations or various characters, different conversations, which invite some sort of vocal variety. Otherwise, if you are monotonous, whatever compelling your content is, audience not going to be there with you throughout. They will sit there. They may not be opening their mobile because it is not good. They want to be good. That is the only reason. Otherwise, they are no more interested in your speech. So here, once you start adding vocal variety to your speech, that 4 P's, I would say, the power, the volume, the tone of your voice, as per requirement. Not that every time you make yelling. No, add it the right proportion. Next is the pitch. Where you want to go in a high pitch, when you're excited, do it. But when you are giving a sad tone, a sad face of your speech is getting elaborated. Do it in the way that your audience feel it. Do it in a way that your audience will remember those words. And the third P is the pace. How fast you are traveling, how fast you are running. See, the audience here, they are interested in listening to your speech. They are not interested to go through your script. So if you are nervous, you will be some or other way, I want to finish my speech, get rid of the stage, class. That's what my aim is. But the audience remember your speech. They know this, that car started from 20. It's in a highway where you can drive up to 120. You are there to 30, 40 speed throughout. No, wherever you need to increase your speed, go to that without violating the traffic rules. Wherever you need to slow down, slow it down, so that your words, your messages are clearly heard by your audience in the right spirit. The important thing I love in speeches, the vocal varieties, pause, the power of pause. It is said that well-timed silence has more eloquence than a speech. When you give a pause, it speaks something to the audience. Either, yes, this gentleman is coming and throwing something interesting to me, or after whatever they said, there is a space for the audience to absorb it. Because when you give a speech, you know the topic, you know the subject, you know how to do it, but the audience, they are a step behind you, so they need to cop it up with you. Use the power of pauses. So we have added the voice variety part into our speech. What next? Is that enough? So let us see how gestures and body language can play a major role in speeches. As we all know, body language plays a vital role in delivering a great speech. The way you look, the way you stand, the way you even smile to your audience, the way you look at them, giving a glance to each and everyone in the audience. That connection is more important. For that, gestures play a vital role. Now, I always say to wherever I speak, that is, try to give your speech in a standing position so that you can allow a natural moment to your speech. Believe me, if you want to go like all of a sudden, like if you are sitting in a chair, can you do it? No, because there is obstruction, right? So it is always better to give your speech in a standing posture so that the natural moment which requires your speech is in an easy flow. and deliberate gestures. I will tell you an example. When we were kids, while returning from school, we used to take small stone and throw it to the water with the pole where this water is still. So we count how many times this same stone skip from 1, 2, 3, 4. So whoever become now like that maximum number of bounces happen on the water surface with this stone, he become a hero. If I want to show it in a speech, just say throw. Did it make a sense? If I so throw it or throw like this, it gives a sense. If you want to say punch, give a punch. If you want to give block, do it so that your message is felt to the audience. Add variety to your gestures, because we may see sometimes speakers now using only like 1 or 2 gestures throughout their speech. No. The situation demands something extra, do it. The right gestures at the right time gives more power to your speeches. Size is also important. The size of gesture means if you are like speaking to a few, okay, you can limit your movement like this, but in an auditorium where thousands are there in front of you, you make this movement. It looks good. You make like this big, so that audience feel that yes, he is having some sort of sense how to make or how to understand our feeling as audience. Last, and that is facial expressions. Bring the right facial expressions on your face, especially when we are giving it online. If you are sad, bring it. If you are happy, take a smile. Your eyes, your cheeks, everything will be start shining. Make that sense. Let the audience feel that you are happy. When you're just saying, I'm happy. No, I'm happy. Do it. And the last of this is staging. Now you need to prepare your speaking area in a way that there is no obstructions. You know where to stand, how to, from which position you need to start. If lectern is there on the side, if you want it, where you want it, or visual aids, props, whatever you are using. You don't want to show your props in the beginning of the speech. Hide it in a place where you can. Move on the stage to pick up. Suppose if on my table there is a cookie stick. So if I want to take it, I just go along with my speech, go and suddenly pick up and show to you. Yes, this is here. That is how we do when you need to think about the staging part. You can use the transitions. When you do a transition on your stage, you can move from one position to the next, so that people follow you. Yes, you move from there to another position for giving something new, from there to hear something new, so that when you have characters in your speeches, when you have different components involved in your speeches, you will be able to, or the audience will be able to locate them from this position started father. So when I refer to father, again need to be in that position, right? So people can easily connect to that. That is the importance of having a specified location, identifying them. And of course, you have to balance your location, not that only in the center or to the right, to the left, only in the back or only in front. You need to balance your position on the stage according to how the situation demands. If you want to go close to the front row and ask something, no, you need to go close. But if you want to share something which is of old incident, you may step back too and show like this. So we discussed about 4 aspects of making great speeches. Now we can go for a speech, but practice makes perfect. Why we practice a speech? Because when we writing, when we now in script, it looks fantastic. But when you start delivering that one, you will find some tongue twisters are there in your speech, which you yourself is not able to understand. So how the audience is going to grab it? How that type of things. You need to find your energy level, whether I am able to maintain the same energy what I started about 25 minutes back or not. You need to time it well. Yes, though I know I am about to finish my time, need to work on the time. And practice reduce the nervousness. Believe me, the more you do it, you are almost into the actual scenario so that you will reduce your nervousness. If you go, how to practice it is again creating the same stage appearance, stage scenario, dress according to the situations what you are going to give the speech, because your dress should not hamper the body movements you want to do it. If that is the case, you can change your attire. Or if you don't want to change your attire, change your script according to that. Something immediately comes out in your head, okay, make a note of it. Oh, it is better for me to do it the other way. You can, of course, time we discussed. You can experiment whatever the gestures, whatever the vocal variety you've given, you can experiment while you practice it. And of course, do it someone you trust with, who can give you valuable feedback, which will help you to improve your speech. Not just saying, oh, perfect one, very good speech. No. Speak to someone whom you believe that, can you be my audience for a few minutes so that I can get something out of your feedback. Try to do video, audio recording and review it. You will be able to find what you did and how you did. And put together all you learn when you are practicing, which will make your speech a great one. This is the last stage, doing a self-criticism. Why it is important? Because you need to understand yourself, because you know how well you did it. Your friends may not be able to tell you, or they don't want to tell you at times. Or in a sugar-coated way, like Toastmasters evaluation said, you can listen it after listening to Toastmasters Shravanti, how she's going to present it. But you know whether you did it right or not. So whether you met your objective, whether the audience feedback was received, they're receiving, because you know how they are doing it right now. Whether I was able to deliver my speech confidently, all my strengths were given, what are the weaknesses exposed during my delivery of the speech, and of course, altogether the delivery was great. And ultimate question is here, whether you are satisfied or not as a speaker. Once the audience give, whether they clap or not, at the end of the day, when you feel that, yes, I feel confident, I feel satisfied. If not, this is the first step for your next speech. That is, draw the criticism part of it. Work on that before you start your next speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to be the next great speaker? Please remember, every speech, every great speeches are not written. It is rewritten. Take time to identify the topic. Take time to draw an outline. Take time to write and edit your speech. Take time to give the energy you are life with your speech by form of vocal variety and gestures. Take time to practice it, and take time to do a self-review, which will help you to become a great speaker. And I believe today I can make you to dream on this stage of World Championship of Public Speaking Toastmasters. If you are ready with that, if you are willing to accept the challenge, we are there together to help you. We are there together to support you. We can guide you through. And I'm sure in this 31 minutes of time, if I am able to plant one idea into your mind, which can change your speech, I think I am done with my part. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow, it was an excellent masterclass to all of us and well needed in time. Thank you very much, sir. And we did learn the 6 steps to have how to draw a great speech. Thank you very much for that. And let me go ahead to the next agenda. I request Raj, yeah, he has already posted the link. I request all the guests and Toastmasters to kindly go ahead and give your valuable feedback to Toastmaster Pitambran Nayar's masterclass. Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and introduce, go for the next step for the agenda.
Toastmaster Pradeep?
Yeah.
May I suggest that we give everyone a full minute? That way we can focus on the evaluation.
Sure, sure, definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we may take a minute's time to give a valuable feedback. Thank you very much, DTM Shravanti. Thank you. Yeah, more 5 seconds. Okay, thank you very much. And I hope all of you have used this link and voted with your details. Thank you. So let me go ahead and introduce the next, the person who is going to be the prepared speech evaluator, Mr. Ashok Gokhale. And looking into the time, I would just like to say a line or two about you, sir, that he's a senior citizen and a mechanical engineer and a postgraduate in industrial production and management from BITS, BITS Pilani. He's also a stage performer. He has done more than 100+ stage performance, and he's also a script writer and actor too. Thank you very much. So I request you to please present your evaluation for the prepared speaker, Toastmaster Sunita. So Toastmaster Ashok Gokhale. Yes. Go ahead. Thank you.
Am I audible? Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep, for this lovely introduction of mine. I have been assigned role of the evaluator for prepared speech today. And as an evaluator, we always evaluate the speech and not the speaker. I know the speech was for 4 to 6 minutes, but the preparation might have gone timeless. Toastmaster Sunita, first of all, accept my greetings for delivering such an excellent speech. Yes, many times we run with many thoughts and activities in mind at the same time, and our mind gets cluttered. You explained the terms and importance of prioritizing, getting rid of the mental clutter, freeing the brain, and the concept of brain dumping so beautifully. Also, it was a very confident speech with adequate hand gestures with excellent content. I just wish to point out one thing which you may want to work on, that is voice throw. Voice throw means a little pressure at specific places or on specific words with little voice modulation. Maybe sometime we bring the drama to it to make the emotions involved more clear. That would definitely make the speech more effective. Overall, I enjoyed the speech a lot, and would definitely practice the concept of brain dumping in particular. Congratulations once again. It's over to you, MOC. That's it from me.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ashokji. It was a very short and sweet and a great feedback for all of us. It's not only for Sunita, it's for all of us. Thank you very much for that, especially about the voice modulation. So let me go ahead and welcome DTM Shravanti to give the masterclass evaluation for Toastmaster Pitambaran Nayak. Over to you, DTM Shravanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep, my dear friends, and especially Toastmaster Pitambaran. What an excellent presentation. I couldn't tell how time passed. You created a vision for us. You created movement with your examples, and you left us at the world stage. Most of all, I would say, you took us from ground zero all the way up to the clouds with information, inspiration, and enormous persuasion. So thank you. Thank you for that excellent masterclass. You did many things extremely well, and I want to touch on a few. I could sum it up in true triad fashion, your personal experience and your class today in 3 words. 1, you excelled at your own lesson on pauses. Your tone was excellent. You touched on power, pitch, pace, and pause with such exuberance, yet such studied confidence. So that was your first excellent. The second, you showcased your passion. When you spoke from the heart. You spoke like you meant it. To me, you did not make a speech, you spoke. And to me, that is extremely important as a more educated audience of a Toastmasters session. So you showcased that very well. The third one you did very well is also another P, and you showed personal commitment to helping us. So your pause, your passion, and your personal commitment came through excellently today. Like I said, you took us from ground zero all the way up to the world stage. You set the stage. You created the ripple effect. You talked us about skipping stones. You talked about bricks and foundation. You also talked about punching and jabbing and cutting. Great movement. I enjoyed that. You lived your content. You did all of those well. Because you are an experienced speaker, because you're already there, I am going to give you some pointed feedback to take this to the ultimate level. First, I would say, I could have used your personal experience. You alluded to me, you alluded to Toastmaster Katani and his cigarette, you alluded to generality. I would like to say how you felt. That to me would have been extremely critical. You could have said, when I started out, guess what? I was wearing a blanket of fear. Not today. I'm here delivering a masterclass. Give us a little bit of you. I want to see you. If that's the only thing you take away, let that be that there is power of personal example. You told us that. You told us there is power in personal example. So showcase that. Every once in a while, sprinkle your own life into your speech. That would have been excellent. That would make this whole thing timeless, for sure. The second thing I have for you is you used humor so well. Bring it on a little bit more, just a little bit more, here and there. You did that excellently. I enjoy when people lighten the load, especially for a new club like this where you know your audience, lighten their load a little bit, sprinkle it. You're doing it well, so do it a little more. Now, I have pointed remarks about your presentation, which was very crisp, your slides themselves. So please take note, and this is, again, to an excellent speaker who is already there with his content and delivery. I did not quite appreciate your use of the color red. Please choose another color. If you're going to give us caution, even pick a nice blue or pick a nice orange even, but not red. You dropped prepositions a few times. In your succinct statements, you dropped the about 4 times in one slide. I passed it over a couple of times until I came to that slide and I said, I must give feedback. in one slide where you said, don't care, don't care, don't care. There are two objective evaluations there. One is you drop the about, and the other is I don't care for don't care. You see, the conversational feel that you were trying to project with your speech in inspiring us also had a formality. Your speech is a formal professional speech. So don't care does not fit presentation. I would take away, completely away. So, and the third one about your presentation, one is the red color, the other is the prepositions and the don't care and the formality of it. The third is, I'm not sure if your floating image, your floating persona added value. I would say it could be a little bit of a distraction in a virtual world where we already have you on camera in the gallery. So please consider that. It's not a big deal. I think you adjusted on the fly very well. You did that almost seamlessly, which was very masterful. But I would say, please consider not doing that if you can help it, because we already are seeing you in the little tile. All in all, excellently done. To take it to the next level, again, to make it even more timeless, please also reconsider the title of your speech, right? I struggled with it. As an advanced Toastmaster, I was really struggling to connect the dots. And I said, an idea can change your speech. That did not fit too well. So I said, all in all, I learned a lot, my friend, today. And please take this as an additional juice to take your presentation to the next level. Thank you for making the rounds. Thank you for coming across to help us and inspire us. Back to you, Toastmaster Pradeep.
Thank you very much, DTM Shravanti, for the detailed feedback. So it's to all of us, and I too have also made a couple of notes on what we need to work on. Really, I myself have to work on. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead with the next for the timer report. So I'll be going ahead and helping you with the timing report here. Thank you. So the prepared speaker, Sunita, she took 5 minutes and 48 seconds. For the table topic master, Toastmaster Srikanth, he took 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Shravanti, DTM Shravanti, she took 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Geeta Kashyap, she took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And the fourth participant, Mr. Lancy D'Souza, he took 2 minutes and 18 seconds, well within the time. Thank you. Coming on to the Toastmasters Masterclass, Toastmaster Pitambaran Nair, he took 33 minutes and 18 seconds. Prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Ashok, he took 1 minute and 54 seconds. And Masterclass evaluator, DTM Shravanti, she took 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Thank you very much. Let me pass on the table to Toastmaster Saugat for the grammarian report. Thank you.
I'm back. And thank you, Master of the Ceremony, for inviting me again. You all are such eloquent speakers. And, you know, I could not find much as a grammarian. It was like an ideal day at job. I could not find much of it, but yes, I will be nitpicking things a little bit because obviously you do not give me much to think about. But first of all, let me go with the great things we did. I congratulate Toastmaster Sunita, Toastmaster Chakravarti, Toastmaster Ashok, and Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Shravanti for using the word of the day. And there were some excellent usages as well. That was, yeah, PB. Yeah, I'm sorry, PB, you did that. That's that. Yeah. And the excellent uses I wrote down was done by DTM Shravanti, which was, she quoted red letter day. She talked about the red letter day. And I really liked a phrase or a sentence used by the masterclass taker, PB. It was, your audience was swimming with you in the subject. I really love this line, how it is related. I also saw that DTM Shravanti was also smiling at that time when you used that. So I was watching everyone. Now I come to the point where I will nitpick things. First of all, yes, we do not have a arc outer here, so I would say let's bring it down, like uses so use so many times. Means we also use as an Indian, we try to explain things which sometimes we don't explain it much. So we say means. What it means. Don't use that. Just relax, hold on for a second, think about it, and then speak. Other than that, pronunciation we need to take care of. Like is is not a word, it's is, is, right? Where they were going somewhere. No, they were going somewhere. It was the great thing. No, it was a great thing. We need to take care of the articles. And maybe I would point out one thing. Maybe it was when it was going into the flow. You said the breath you take. No, the breath you take, right? And overall, I like whatever you had to present today. Every one of you. It was nice and a pleasure to hear all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sogat. Thank you very much for the detailed report. As always, we expect a lot of feedback and changes. Thank you very much. I would request Toastmaster Raj to help us with two links. One for the best table topic speaker, sorry. One link for that. I want all of you to please go ahead and select the best table topic speaker for the day. And the second link for the feedback for all the role players and also the evaluators. So we'll take a 1 minute silence pause here. And I request all of you to please give your feedback. Thank you. We still have more 30 seconds. I would like to pass on the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Rajpura. So it's all yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pradeep, for being so passionate and energetic master of ceremony for today's meeting. Everyone, let's give huge round of applause to him. And heart emoji, you may turn on your camera. We can take one picture with you all. Yes, give me a moment to click the. Done. So great. We have come to the final moment of meeting. Let me check the voting. Who is going to be best table topic speaker for today? Oh, I think I'm still waiting for the response. You may vote for best table topic speaker also. I have posted the link. Among Srikant, Savanti, Geeta, and Lance. I received one response. We can receive more. We have at least 10. Three response, and I have tied 4 response, 50-50, 40-40-20. Still there is time. Okay. I am waiting for more response. We have 7 response. We can have more. I think winner is clear as of now. If you wish, you can vote more because we have not voted. Okay, I think I should stop now. Their number is not increasing now. And the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Savanthi. Congratulations, Toastmaster Savanthi.
I have to say I voted for Sri.
Yes, Savanthi, your voice got little unclear.
I say I'm humbled, but I voted for Sri.
Great, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. So with this, we conclude today's meeting. We have come to the end of the meeting. Important update I had shared with you all in the WhatsApp group chat that our charter paper has been received or submitted to the world headquarter, and we will definitely have further news and updates. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today, and we will see again in next meeting. Thank you so much. I stop the recording now. Then we will have a little casual chit chat for a few minutes. Thank you.